Hi, my name is Harry and I'm from the UK.
Hola, mi nombre es Claudia y soy de España.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Soledad et je suis française.
Hallo, ich bin Elena aus Deutschland.
In the UK, people used to usually meet just naturally, like through their work or their friends or something like that. But I think these days, most people meet online or through apps like Tinder.
In Spain, right now, I think it's the same. We meet other people through app, like dating app. Also, it's so common on discotheque, like in a pub or in a club. Like you go to a club, you go dancing and you can just meet random people and you just go out to smoke or something and then randomly you just kiss or start something.
Oh, okay, randomly.
Yeah, like it's naturally as well, but you don't force it. Like I think people is not just waiting for, okay, I have to date someone. They just meet slowly and they just check, and it can be friends or not, but usually it's not like a close friend or like, oh, my friend introduced me this guy and I just fall in love. It's not like that because you usually know the friends of your friends and your friends are the same friends. So it's like, it's not normal.
I think in France it's also really similar. I feel like in high school or uni we used to meet at like parties, like home parties. So it's like a friend of a friend of a friend, like friend circle kind of gets bigger and bigger. And I feel like when you work there's also like some kind of after works kind of things, and sometimes like more casually in a bar. Sometimes people on the street, but that's like less common. But I feel like these days, especially with Corona, like a lot of people also meet with dating apps because
it was common also like, oh, my friend have a cousin from the other side of the country. He came to like holidays to the city. Okay, let's meet him. Like this is also like,
really?
oh, the cousin of my friend. Yes, I'm dating like cousin or family. Like,
oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
In Germany, I would say most relationships start through a common interest. So usually you're not introduced, except for if I think, oh, this friend and this friend, they share an interest, like they have so much in common. I think they might get along well, then I might introduce them. But it's not common. I would also say it's more meeting at school, meeting at university, meeting in pubs. You know, a little bit of alcohol helps getting close to each other. Seriously, if you're in Germany and you're looking to date, go to an Irish pub.
Irish
pubs,
Really?
yeah, Irish pubs in Germany. People are so like friendly and open. They are like very un-German.
Why?
Like I don't know, but I've gotten some life advice from people. I've met great friends. So
Wow.
yeah, the atmosphere is very open. So
Like it's afraid, it's not scary. Like,
It's
why
like-
do you want this from me?
Yeah, I'm like, why?
It's like phone number. It's like I'm giving you my DNA. Like
DNA.
it's like if you want something about me, ask me for my Instagram.
Yeah.
Like if number is too much.
But you know, if they ask you for your Instagram, the same things asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the UK, I mean, those are like really two completely separate things.
Yeah.
You would never just go dive in straight into like the girlfriend, boyfriend thing. Like that's like way down the line. First, you're gonna go on quite a lot of dates and spend a lot of time together probably before you then would become boyfriend and girlfriend. Like asking someone out for a date, you could be really straightforward about it. You could say like, you know, I think you're really cool and it'd be nice to just spend some more time with you and maybe like I'd like to get a drink. Or some people maybe kind of try and, you know, pretend it's like not like a date. So it's like, you know, I've got this like work like party thing, like do you wanna maybe come and hang out and maybe meet other friends at the same time. But yeah, normally you just ask them, like say, would you like to get a drink? So I like to get a drink with you sometimes. Normally a drink, there's normally like a mention of alcohol or maybe coffee. Rarely dinner. Dinner, if it's like I like to go out for like dinner with you.
So serious,
It's very yeah.
Like in Spain, when you're a little, like, oh, you want to be my girlfriend? Like you do that, like in school. But like when you are a teenager and you grow up, you don't say that. But I like it. I mean, if some guys say, hi, you want to be my girlfriend? It's like, oh, really? Yes, I want. It's like, and sometimes if I had like boyfriend before, I was like, hey, when are you going to say it to me? Like even if we don't need to say it because we already know. I mean, you feel it when you kiss, when you meet the person and you want to kiss, or you say hi and you go and just a kiss on the lips, and you know already you are something and you are having a date. But sometimes you just want it, hey, like ask me to date. Like, okay, do you want to be my girlfriend? Okay, just let's start. Or also, we don't say it usually, but we say, hey, when was the first date that we met? Okay, so this is going to be our date. So it's like this is since we start being partners.
So you would count that from like the first date?
Yes, kind of like the first kiss, kind of that. So we just remember this date, and since that time we were couple.
In the UK, the dating bit, and then there's like, okay, so are we, like, is this? So it's a bit awkward, but then when you just sort of both agree, like, yeah, okay, yeah, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, then that's like the date.
And like before, it's like, should we put it on Facebook?
Oh yeah, like
Or
in
you
high
Facebook
school or
official.
junior
It's
high.
time to.
It's
Should
like
we?
in a
Yeah.
relationship
Yes.
with.
Yeah.
In France, actually, I don't know if I can speak for everyone in France, so more like my own experience. It's like I never really asked someone out. It's more like people asking me out. I don't like I was too shy to ask. But I feel like most of the time it was more like, since we share some common interests, it's gonna be like, oh, I saw there's this exhibition, like, do you want to check it out with me? Which is basically asking for a date without saying like, let's go on a date. And same for coffee or restaurant, you don't really say like, let's go on a date. It's more like, oh, there's this and I want to go there with you, like, what do you think? But we don't really say, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend or boyfriend? Like, we don't really say this word, which sometimes kind of makes it really hard to know if you're really in a relationship or not, because you don't really say the words, and we don't really like count the days either.
Yeah.
So I feel like people, they celebrate like 1 year, but they don't really celebrate like 100 days, 1 month or things like that. We don't
In
really
Spain,
do
we
that.
celebrate every month.
Oh.
Yes. Like some people don't do that, but some others they do. It's
So-
already 1 month, 2 months, 3 months.
Serious question though, like if you get together on the 31st of January, right?
Okay.
And what do you do at the end of February?
Because the days
You
that
just skip.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
in Germany, I would also say people usually don't ask you out on a date. They say, oh, let's do something together. Let's have a drink together, something like that. And then also there are a lot of those days, a lot of spending time together before you decide if you really want to be in a committed relationship. But I know that a lot of my friends, for example, have trouble with that. Like nobody really asks, are we girlfriend or boyfriend?
Yeah.
But they don't like it. Like they're like, oh, I don't know if he's really my boyfriend. I don't know if she's really my girlfriend. So I don't know why people are not more straightforward if they have such
Yes.
trouble with it. But yeah, definitely you try to really get a feel for the person, like what kind of person are they? Are we really compatible before you decide to date, like for real?
Yeah.
So in the UK, I can't say like there's a rule. There's no rule. It does depend on the person. Probably if I had to generalize, I'd probably say a lot of people would quite like if they think the date's going well, they might want to have a kiss on the first date. I think quite a lot of people. Definitely by the second date. I think the majority of people. I don't want to say for everyone. And then, but I mean, it can depend. But like some people,
it's hard.
people sleep together on the first date,
Yeah.
especially if they've been drinking, you know.
In Spain, I think it's almost like the same thing. You will not start a relationship if you didn't kiss or touch or have a really deep conversation or get to know the person like in any kind of style, and also like having sex with this person. Like there should be people like that, but usually you don't have a relationship if there is no kiss or if there is no passion on it, and if you don't feel like desire with this person, you just don't start a relationship. And I think it's fast in Spain because the first date they can already kiss, and as well they can have night together. It's the first date, so I think it's common.
I think in France it's really person to person, like the cases are really different, so it's really hard to just say one. But I feel like if the relationship started as like you were already friends, there's a lot of chance there was already a lot of kinship, like, you know, grabbing like that, or like so holding hands or things like that. But maybe I'm old school, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't like kiss or like grab hands on the first date if I really like the person. For example, if it's a guy I like on the first date, I would grab his arm like when we are walking, but I wouldn't really grab his like hands until I know he's really interested in me. But I know some people, they also like sleep on the first date, like it really depends. But I also feel like sometimes in France there's this kind of unspoken rule that like you try to not sleep before like the third date or something, so you don't like look too easy. But I feel like it's really from person to person, like it really depends.
In Germany too, like everything can happen on the first date, like nothing is like off the table. But I would say a bit more like generally, most people would end the first date with a hug or maybe a kiss on the cheek or like a little bit lighter. And definitely it's so important to look at how the other person is reacting. So if you both have great energy, like great chemistry with each other, and you kind of like when you're talking, touching a little bit and stuff like that, then it might go even further. But I remember like a date I had, and it like I was not feeling it really, and I never even held hands with the guy or touched or anything like that. I just kept my distance. And at the very end of the date, he grabbed me and gave me a kiss on the mouth. mouth, and I was
God.
like, what the hell? And of course, I was shocked in the moment, but when I got home, I wrote to him that was really uncool. I did not like that at all. So just delete my number.
Oh my God.
But so definitely, I think the most important thing is to get in contact with the other, get
like
with
the emotion, like you have to make sure
Yes.
I feel like in any situation it's like you have to make sure both person are the same
Yeah, the
level.
same level,
Yes, they have the same mind in the moment, like they are in the same line.
Yeah.
I think there's always a little bit of a kind of bit of guessing. Like you never know 100% like how they're gonna react, but you're right. Like you've got to try your best.
And also in the person, like if the person on the first day is talking about sex or something like that, or I like this, or like trying to talk about did you have relationship, like do you like this style, do you like this, then you're like okay, just pass, or no pass, or just okay. But that time you really
Depend
know.
on your mindset
what they
at the
want.
time.
So today we talked about differences in dating culture in our countries.
And if you like this video, please comment, like and subscribe.
Bye!
Yeah, bye.